Hi guys, so today I'm going to try out this new set from Die Impress that they have brought to HSN for the March 7th craft day. It's already available there. It's the Charcuterie set, the stamps and dies. Been wanting to try this out here, so let's open it up. So Die Impress did send these items free of charge for my review, and of course all opinions are my own. And any links in the description box will be affiliate links, which means I'll make a small commission if you purchase items to those links. So I already brought out this background because I made this the other day with the Today Special bundle, and it's a video I'll link in the description box where I basically tinted the texture paste with some of the acrylic paint that's in the Today Special. So I'm just going to glue this down, and I thought it'd be really pretty with this charcuterie set. I was also going to pair it possibly with the Great Outdoors set, which has like all the fishing images and stuff like that, but I think it would be great with both of them. But either way, I'm going to use this one today, so I'm just going to glue that down simply. So when we come back, we'll work on this card base. That is an A2 size card base, meaning it is 8.5 by 5.5, scored at 4 1/4 to make an A2 size card. So let's open this guy up. Oh, that's such a nice size. How cute is that? My goodness, let's get this guy open. And if you're familiar with charcuterie boards, they've become really popular recently. I actually even picked up a magazine the other day of how to make different charcuterie boards, or like treat boards, I guess. And people were kind of commenting that the reason millennials and these younger people like them is because they were always eating Lunchables when they were kids. So maybe that's what it is, the grown-up Lunchable, I don't know. But so you have your little charcuterie board, and then you're going to have your treats to put on there. And this one has more cheeses and crackers and like salami and things like that. So you have like a whole round wedge almost, a little or a wheel with a little wedge cut out, should I say. You have like crackers. I don't know if these are more like crackers, salami. I guess if it depends on how you color them. They look like crackers. And then the little wedge that got taken out. Another type of cheese here. Here we have these little guys again. Maybe some kind of salami kind of treat, whatever it is. You know, maybe little mozzarella balls, I don't know, however it is that you want to color them. Here we have like some pistachios. How cute is that? Like a little sprig, like a little rosemary sprig, maybe some leaves. We have like olives, nuts, like almonds, maybe some grapes, and then some little like cherry tomatoes. And you have I'm grateful for you, have a good day, you're the cheese to my cracker, you put the cute in charcuterie, just brie yourself, and hey charcutie. And then some images there for inspo. Again, yeah, they're like little crackers, that one there. Okay, so let me measure the size of the board itself. Oh, that's the wrong measurement. It's like 4 3/4 what it might actually cut, maybe a little bit smaller than that. And then what it might actually cut in the other direction is about 2.5 inches, so it's a really nice focal point for your card. And then of course all the dies for the food items. And so here then we have some of the sentiments. Nice and large, hopefully you can kind of tell by the size of my hand. Even the food items and everything are going to be very easy to color. They're not like tiny little things, so that's really great. And then you have like a wood grain for your board if you want to use that, and then the other food items there. And again, it comes with the cutting folder for the marquee. So if you have a marquee, you have this refill. If you don't have one, that's what it is. It's just a cutting folder for that. But you can definitely run these thin metal dies through any machine that you have that cuts thin metal dies. And so what we're going to do is just hop to it. So I'm going to grab some paper. We'll start with the board, and then we'll build some of our treats that go on it and a sentiment. So I will be right back. Okay, so what I'm going to do is to start off with our board. I will use this guy. Just use some kind of tan colored paper, a little kind of wood color. Leave myself some room for the die. I'm sure it's going to be right around the edges here, but just leave yourself some room. And pick that up with some brown ink. And then I'm going to stamp out a few of the treats. Cute. So that's ready to go basically. I do have another scrap of paper here that's like a marker, alcohol ink marker paper. And on this guy, I'm just going to stamp out a couple things. And for sure, I'm doing this cheese wheel. I love that. It's so cute. Let's get some crackers. Oh, they have square crackers. You have round crackers. Let's do the square shape. I think, yeah. And then let's see. Some of the little salami. And why not a little sprig of this guy. So I'm just going to put them there. Give them some room again for the dies. And so I'll just pick all these up and just ink them up and stamp them and let them dry, because I will use a hybrid ink. And with hybrid inks, you definitely want to let them dry before you color with alcohol ink markers, or otherwise they will smear. So I will be right back. They're so pretty and cute. They're very dainty, the lines. Now I did use black ink for all the items, but to be honest, like if you want to stamp this rosemary and use green ink, I think that'd be great. Maybe red or a brownish ink for your cheese, depending. I'm going to color it red and then have the inside look a little beigey, so like a Gouda kind of thing. You know, your crackers, you can stamp them in brown, then color them in with a lighter tan color. The salami or whatever you might think this is, you know, stamp it in red ink and then color it in some more, or however. But yeah, I just did all black. I'm gonna let that dry. I'll be right back. So I just chose some colors for these items. This guy we're just gonna cut out. You can ink it up if you want, you know, to distress the edges or whatever. But for this one, I just chose some colors really quickly, like this sage color of alcohol ink marker. And I'm just gonna come in and just quickly just add a little color. And I'm just using the one. Of course, I can bring in other ones to do highlighting and all that kind of stuff for shadows, but basically if you use the same alcohol ink marker, and let's say I just went through all these bits here, and then you come back in and add a little more at the very base, it already looks like you're creating shadow. So you can do that with your markers. Just add a little extra color, and it'll look like there's shadows and everything when you just use one pen. One marker. Okay, and then this guy, I think for my cheese, I have like this sunflower in a light color. I'm just going to color this part kind of yellowish, a little tan color, I don't know. And then the red. And I have cherry light and cherry dark. And I'm just going to color this whole guy. So I come in here. If you want to make some shininess, you can always leave a little area that's less colored, so when you come back in, it'll look shinier there. And then the cherry dark, very edge here and there, and then I'll come back with light. And be careful to blend that all through. I think I use this red a lot because I can see that it's been used a lot. There we go. Something like that. And then, you know, I'll color my crackers. And I did grab the neutral colors. So I'll just go through on each one. Just kind of mostly color it in. Maybe come in with neutral medium. Neutral medium and neutral light is what I'm using. And then just give a little something like that. Same thing with these outer ones. And then just blend it all back through. Okay, and I'll do the same thing like with this one, darker border, you know, lighter, blend it all through as I go through. And then I picked a really deep red for the this bit. So, and this kind of apricot blush, something lighter, because you know these little bits in here are a little bit lighter. And like that. Then I'll just come in with this red. Like I said, it's a lot darker color. I'm going to try to avoid those areas, but not the biggest deal if I go over them. And I'll color them all just like that. And I'll be right back. So time for some die cutting. So we have this guy, and I'm gonna see if I can see right through this. So what I love about die press is whenever they do something like this, they do make it a little bit oversized. So, you know, as long as you're pretty much in the right area, you know, generally in the right area, you're gonna get the lines that go all the way to the edge. So we can just eyeball it like this, or you can make a guiding window or an aperture, which would be just running this through, you know, hinged on a scrap piece of paper, and then when you bring it out, you can kind of unhinge it, open it up a little bit, and you can see exactly where you're cutting. I've shown you guys how to do that in the past, so hopefully you know what I'm talking about. I'm going to just put this here, and whatever happens there is great. And then these guys, so we have our wedge. And again, I'm just eyeballing that. If you want to make an aperture, which you might want to, you know, for some of these other pieces like this one, you can see it, but not super well. So I'll just show you right now what I mean by making an aperture, I guess. Trying to find a scrap of paper. This one's a little bit bigger than I would like, but that's okay. All right, so we do something like this, and then we just hinge it, like I had mentioned earlier. Let me bring these things over here. And this is a folder I've used in the past. But again, you get your refills. And just roll her through. So if you want to drop shadow, you can definitely cut this from a color you would want to drop shadow with. That way you're not just kind of wasting that little piece. Some people keep their apertures for the whole time, that way they can keep reusing them. And all you're going to do is just eyeball through there where it's going to cut, or what that might look like. And when you have a placement that you're happy with, which would be right there, just make sure this nestles right back into that same spot. And you can add a little more tape. Where is my... Okay. Just to help you hold that down. And then you'll have a pretty good idea of where you're cutting, right? It might shift on you a little bit, depending on how well you taped it down, but you'll still be pretty close. There you go. So cute. Okay, so I'll cut my pieces out and I'll be right back. One last piece to roll out there. And I just eyeballed these other pieces. Pretty good. Okay, so let's put these things to the side. Let's see how we did here. Aww, so cute. Again, if you want to ink up the edges, you can definitely do that. Add a little more something there. And let's see what we have. Cute. Okay, so that's there. We have like have a Gouda day. I think that's probably what we'll put on here. You put the cute and charcuterie. I mean, these are all super cute. Okay, so we'll keep that there. Maybe I'll go ahead and stick this down. I was wondering if I wanted to pop this up. Oh, you know, it'd be cute too if you put like a little faux leather or a little twine or something right up here, you know. That would be fun. And then these guys are going to be in here somewhere, you know, all decorating this guy out once I know exactly where I'm putting my wording. So let's go ahead and stamp that. And I kind of like this yellow color. It's a fun pop of color, I think. So maybe have a Gouda day. I'm just going to stamp it on this. And then we'll either cut it out with a die or maybe just cut it out by hand. But I'll be right back. I'm just going to stamp this in black. Looking really nice. And so I know my paper is square here, so I can just use that as a guide to help me cut a little bit straight here, and maybe we'll cut a little notch out of this part. So I'm just going to take this to my trimmer and just cut a little off the top, a little off the bottom, and then we'll notch out this side just to make like a little banner. Okay, so actually I do like the way it looks, just rectangular like that, but I said we would make a banner, so let's make a little like banner tag type thing. So I'm just eyeballing this like in the center, just make a little snip, and then from the very corner to that little snip you can just cut and do it again on the other side, and hopefully, you know, that'll work out for you. Pretty good. Let me just notch out that little bit right here. Alright, looks good to me. Alright, so there we go. And I think I'll pop this up on dimensionals. So let me pop a few on there, and then we'll just arrange everything else behind it. And those things can also be on dimensionals. You know, we do have different heights of dimensionals, which I like to play with. That way you have some that are a little bit higher, maybe some, you know, a little bit lower, however it is. Okay, so let's see. This was here. I'm not pushing it down quite yet. Actually, we can put this up here too, wherever it is you want to put it, but let me pretend to be down here. Let's just, I haven't pushed it down. And that'll help me kind of arrange some of these cute things. Oh, I love the little sprig. Where should I put that? Let me play around just a little bit and then I'll come back. It'll probably be very much like what I'm showing you right now because that's, I always end up, let me play around, then it's the same thing. I'll be right back. Something like that, it's fun. So I'll just move this one down, right about there. This little guy. And here. And then this guy, which I already kind of stuck down a little bit, so I'm just going to put some glue back there. I love that little herb sprig. That is so cute. It just has that pop of green that just looks really, really nice. And there's that. Alright guys, there's my little charcuterie board, my grown-up Lunchables. A lot of fun. Thanks for watching, guys. Thank you so much, Diamond Press, for sending these items for review. I'll have the images coming up. I'll have links in the description box, and I'll see you all at the next one. How cute is that? Oh my gosh. Bye now.